Yesterday I made a video where I pretty much said I'm done with the NRA. And today I want to make a video addressing a couple of things people have said in the comment section of that video. One thing I want to address is a small number of people are like, you're just working for the left. You don't want us to win the gunfight. You don't want us to support the best chance we have of winning. Well, the NRA is not the best chance we have of winning. I actually want to win. That's why I'm not giving any more money to the NRA. I want to give money to groups like Florida Carry or OFF, organizations that are actually getting involved in fights, hiring lawyers, and going to court. Not an organization like the NRA that only sends a little spokesman over so they can do a photo op and then capitalize on it and make money. I want to give my money to the people that are actually fighting the fight on the local level, not the NRA, which is just all about profit. So I do want to win, and I think our best way of winning is quit wasting our money on the NRA. But the other thing I want to address, the main topic of this video, is going to be this notion that a lot of people come up with where they say, well, whether you like the NRA or not, the best thing about them is that the left is scared of the NRA. The Democrats are scared of the NRA. And that's total bullshit. No one is scared of the NRA anymore. The NRA does not have a nationwide favorable opinion. Most people do not like the NRA anymore. So no one is afraid of them. The left isn't afraid of them. When they talk about them, they aren't being fearful. They are mocking them. They are using them as a point of division. They are using them to solidify their own opinions. All they have to say to most of people in America nowadays to get them to agree with the opposite opinion is say that the NRA agrees with this opinion. And most people are like, well, if the NRA agrees with it, then I can't agree with it. Even inside the NRA now, according to internal polling, Pew polling, etc., the majority of NRA members do not agree with the NRA's positions. And that's pretty bad. When the majority of your membership doesn't agree with you, you've really taken a wrong turn somewhere. And instead of trying to fix that problem, the NRA has decided, well, what we're going to do is just buy off social media. They got lucky, and there is a lull in money for people who have gun channels, etc., people who work in social media. So they said, well, we'll step in, get some of the bigger voices, pay them off, and just change the message instead of changing the organization. They have decided to bank on propaganda instead of progress. So I still, like I said, can't support the NRA. But this whole notion that anyone is afraid of them, it's garbage. If they were afraid of them, they would not put forward anti-gun legislation. They still put forward anti-gun legislation all the time, and they still vote pretty much down party lines on it. No one is afraid of the NRA. And there's really no reason for them to be afraid of the NRA, because the NRA's membership has been dwindling. If you look at their own tax filings, their 990s, after Newtown, their membership went up about 10%. They actually gained, well, it's more like 5%, but it was close to 10% increase. But since then, they've had nearly a 25% decrease, almost 30% actually. It's actually more than 25% decrease. It's like 28% decrease in membership since they had that rise. So they lost all the new members and then some. And that was in 2014. And in their 2016 filings, there's an estimated another 15 to 20% drop in those numbers. So they're hemorrhaging members like crazy. Now, that isn't to say they're making less money, because they've still got money coming in, but now it's coming more from big donor sources and corporate sources. So that just means they're serving the big donors and the corporations and not us, the people, not their membership. And that's been very evident. Most people, like I said, don't agree with their policies. They're losing money. They're losing membership. That 5 million number, that's garbage. Less than 1% of this country is a member of the NRA. That means 99% of this country isn't. And that doesn't bode well for the organization that's fighting for our rights. That doesn't sound like an organization we should put all of our money behind. No one is afraid of them. They are not making any progress. When was the last time the NRA made any progress? When can you point to anybody recently that supports Wayne LaPierre? I mean, they may support the NRA, but let's say some people that say, yeah, Wayne LaPierre is doing a great job. No, you can't find that. Not anyone that's not drawing a paycheck anyway. The NRA has completely lost its way. It's losing favor in America. It's losing favor with gun owners. It's not making any progress. It's actually alienating other organizations that are pro-gun because they're afraid those other organizations are taking a little bit of their money. So the NRA has completely lost its way. No one is afraid of them. They're losing membership. They're relying more on big donor sources. They're spending less money on lobbying and more money on marketing every day. So what are they doing for us? They're not doing anything for us. They're not serving us. They're serving the big money donors, and they're serving the corporations. They're playing this game of division and, fear mongering and trying to just pump up their numbers and solidify their base. They're not expanding like they should be. And like I said, I thought maybe we were going to see some change because some people were talking about how they would get rid of Wayne LaPierre, but they failed. And he's still there. And now, like I said, he's even waging a bigger war on the average gun owner than before. He's not caring about them at all. So I will not support them. I still am not going to support them until they change. No one is afraid of them. Get over that notion and really start thinking to yourself, do I want my money to go to the NRA, or do I want my money to actually be involved in a real fight? Do I want my money to go to send out flyers to everyone so that we can send them more money, or do I want my money to go somewhere that they can hire a lawyer and pay for legal time to actually go in front of a court and win a case? Do I want my money to go to Wayne LaPierre's third or fourth home, or do I want my money to go to off, where they can actually fight against ballot measures here in Oregon? Where do you want your money to go? That's the question you have to ask yourself. Now, I know some people love the NRA. They always will. And I like the idea of the NRA, and I like what it used to be. I just don't like what it is now. What it is now is something I don't agree with. So I'm not going to try to demonize anyone that's a member of the NRA. I'm a member of the NRA. If you're a member of the NRA, great. But don't try to pretend like they're our biggest voice anymore, because, well, they're still our biggest voice, but let's not pretend they're the biggest voice for change, because what have they changed? While they're out there rallying their money making and rallying big donors, the Hearing Protection Act and the National Reciprocity Act are dying in committee in a Republican Congress with a Republican president. So tell me they're actually out there making some change. So they are not fighting for us anymore. They are not winning any grounds, and no one is afraid of them. So get that out of your head.